Am I the asshole for not leaving my pregnant wife to be with my daughter during emergency surgery? I can't sleep and I need outside perspective. I'm 38M. My ex-wife Nadine is 39F. Our daughter Cassie is 19F. My wife Alina 36F is due with our child due any day now. This is her first pregnancy and her mother is here to help us and be present for the birth. Even so, Alina is mildly stressed and uncomfortable just waiting for our baby to arrive. She has anxiety regarding hospitals and is anxious about the thought of my not being there with her. Trouble is, just over an hour ago, Nadine called from the emergency room. Cassie is undergoing an emergency appendectomy, still in the operating room as I type, and is expected to be in the hospital for at least a few days. Nadine has her mother with her for support, and when I spoke with Nadine's mother, she asked me when I was flying in. Delicately, I explained that I couldn't leave my wife when our baby is to arrive at any moment. When my ex-Mill began all but shrieking and calling me the heartless Mexican devil, charming I know, she then threatened to cut me off from updates about Cassie. Luckily Nadine wrestled her phone out of ex-Mil's hand and promised to call me back. But before we could speak again, my ex-Mill and one of my ex-Sils began bombarding me with messages and voicemails calling me a horrible father for choosing an unborn baby over my daughter during an emergency. Nadine is even more stressed trying to damage control, and while I know that she understands that I can't come right now, she outright told that there's no way she would even let me think of leave my wife right now. I feel guilty her support is gone because of her mother and crazy sister. I just know that I will wake up with a full inbox because of my ex-in-laws. Alina is still asleep and I don't want to wake her and stress her more right now. I haven't posted here before so I thought I would give it a shot. Am I the asshole? Almost forgot I am in a different state than Cassie and Nadine. My apologies. Midday update. Good news. Cassie is going home soon. I spoke with her around 6 this morning after she woke up, and aside from the obvious aches, she's in high spirits. I did tell her that I was sorry for not being there, but she said that her mom was a champion and not to worry about it. Cassie also joked that my jumping on a plane would have definitely made Alina's water break. I love Cassie so much. She's so smart, funny and empathetic. Nadine jokes that I gave her good looks and she gave her good brains. We may not have worked out as a couple, but our daughter is the best thing that happened to us. Once again, thank you everyone for your comment. I was really doubting myself last night because my ex-Mill always seems to find fault in my choices. I still need to unlearn how to ignore her when major issues come up. I did uninstall Facebook for now, so I can ignore ex-Mill and ex-Sil until the dust settles. I also blocked them temporarily. Alina and I are now putting together a care package for Nadine and Cassie, and it's sending overnight delivery. I hope that every parent who has been in a rock and a hard place can forgive themselves for things that we can't always control. If I could have been there and back in seconds, I would have done it. I do hope that the next time an emergency happens, teleportation will have been a successful invention. Mr. Scott, beam me up. Thanks to the commenters, the polite people, for your input. I'm waiting to hear from Nadine before trying to sleep again, but I think I will be up most of the night. Cassie will hopefully understand and I will do whatever I can to support her from afar during her recovery. I will call her every hour if she wants me to. Not the asshole. You did the right thing. Unfortunately you can't be two places at once, and top priority is being with your wife when she goes into labor. Had Cassie been in life-threatening danger you would have had a real conundrum on your hands, but fortunately an appendectomy is about as routine as surgery gets. There was no real need for you to fly out given she has her mother there and will probably be discharged in a couple of days. You were right to prioritize your wife and baby in this instance, and your racist Mill can sit and spin. Not the asshole. And honestly your ex is a saint by this story. She understands and wanted to keep you informed. You did the right thing. You can't control what other people do. Not the asshole. You can always see Cassie when she wakes up from surgery. Your ex Mill and Sil are Oz for choosing a time when Cassie had surgery to argue with you. I can see both sides, but some kids may feel you're choosing the new wife over the kid. Am I the asshole for not wanting to merge my graduation party with a kid's birthday? So I'm graduating college in May and wanted to have my graduation party before our ceremony on the 20th because on the half of my friends are leaving to Spain for a trip on the 30th. With concerts on nearly every weekend and other grad parties booked, the only weekend-ish date I could do was specifically Friday the 26th. My mom asked some of her coworkers to come and one came and ruined everything. Apparently her daughter's birthday is that weekend and she was like, "OMG, amazing idea. What if we do her birthday celebration on that day at your house? I'll bring the cake and decor and we can sing happy birthday." She even wants to invite other random little kids to my house. Her daughter is turning 7. Needless to say, I am very upset. I am not close with that lady nor her kids and do not appreciate her trying to basically take over my party. Not to mention I'm bringing over many college friends and they would be super confused if it suddenly became a little kid's birthday party. I had a cake and decor picked out. I never had prom send-offs, or a high school, middle school grad party. This is my first celebratory party at home and I honestly just want to cancel now. I'm specifically planning the party myself and the woman has not even tried contacting me. My mom is telling me to not be selfish and just share the day, but I really don't understand why. No one ever gives me props for my achievements, nor have they ever uplifted my hard work. I just wanted one party for my degree. Now I can't even have that. So, am I the asshole for not wanting to combine my grad party with a little kid's birthday? I want to call the entire thing off at this point. Edit. Thank you guys for all of your support and congratulations. It makes me feel very happy to know that you guys care that I'm getting a degree soon. Face holding back tears. To answer a few questions. The woman isn't a superior to my mom. She's a coworker that I've met a handful of times and is close friends with her, not best friends, but close. Her daughter is so sweet, but I honestly think she wouldn't even be comfy with hijacking my party. Also, it would be at my house, which is very nice and spacious. We have a finished rec basement and a backyard with a hot tub and seating area plus hammocks. The biggest update. I've spoke to my mom and she finally understood where I was coming from. She called her coworker and explained that she would rather have a separate celebration for the girl because it'll look weird in pics, videos to have all the grad decor and stuff in the background. Thank God the woman understood and planned her daughter's celebration that Sunday, which we will not be attending because I have a concert that night. Fire smile with horns. Thank you guys again for giving me the courage to take a deep breath and have a good conversation with my mom. She was definitely just trying to not make me seem selfish to the lady by excluding the girl. I'm an only child, so people automatically assume I'm selfish, and didn't realize she was overstepping. Not letting the sun set on your anger is a real thing, guys. Smile with a halo white heart. I wish all the other grads an amazing rest of your final semester, and to all other Redditors a great rest of your spring. Your advice and love has been so greatly appreciated and has meant a lot. Heart hands light skin tone. T. Your mom saying that you're being a selfish person, yet. It's your graduation. B. You don't even know the lady and the kids that their birthday party is being shared with. C. You're being forced into something you don't want to do as it clashes with an event of some fair importance. You're absolutely not the asshole, and your mom is absolutely the asshole for even downplaying your achievements and celebration that you've taken a fair amount of time to plan out. Not the asshole. It's your party. This woman you barely even know wants to invite a bunch of little kids to your house? Ridiculous. You've achieved a major milestone in your life that deserves to be celebrated. This is a big accomplishment and nothing else should be celebrated with this. What an assuming rude woman this coworker is. She wants to take over your party for her kid? No way. You are not the asshole. Your mother is a big $1 hole for even considering this. Congratulations on your graduation. Go do something with your friends who know what it means. I'm sorry your mother is being so stupid. Not the asshole. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Yeah. What's up with your family being cool with that? Good luck. Not the asshole. Can you change yours to an evening party? Have your friends show up after they leave? Or change it by a day? Your mom's the bigger asshole for allowing this. Am I the asshole for telling my friend I don't care about her opinion? 28F, I'm a lesbian. A few years ago, I began dating another woman. She never said a thing about being unsure about her sexuality and I assumed everything was fine. 6 months in, she admitted she had been using me to make sure she was gay and wasn't. I understood the need to experiment but definitely felt played and told her she should have been up front. This took a while for me to recover from, as I had really fallen for her. It was my first real heartbreak and I admit I was in a dark place. My friend, Tina, 30F, knows about this experience. Tina is straight. She said this several times but always adds she's an ally. This is important for later. These days, I'm on a dating app with my preferences set to women seeking women only. I began talking to someone, Sarah 27F, and we went on a date. She explained to me that she was dipping her toe into the waters to see if she was really a lesbian. I said I appreciated her honesty, but given my past, I couldn't risk being a guinea pig again. Sarah was very understanding and we've remained friends. I've offered to be there for advice or even just to hang out. Tina knew about my date and asked how it went. When I told her, she said I was very wrong to not give Sarah a chance. She said that the only way she can know is by trying. I said I understood and there's probably plenty of women willing to do that, but I'm not. Tina kept harping on this and said she doesn't see what the big deal is. She also added she sees why my ex didn't tell me, as this proves it'll be hard for people like her and Sarah to truly experiment. I finally said I don't care about her opinion as she isn't gay and she'll never understand. This made her upset and she left shortly after. Our mutual friends have said she can absolutely have an opinion. I said yes, of course, but it's true that she'll never understand. They said I belittled her feelings. Am I the asshole? Edit. As it keeps coming up, I am fine with dating women who are bisexual. I have in the past and would again. Actually, my bisexual ex was more faithful and straightforward than the ex I mentioned in the post. She was not bisexual, she told me she was straight. Sarah is also not bisexual, at least not that she knows of now. She isn't sure if she wants to date women at all. Bisexual women are obviously not experimenting. A lot of you are projecting and twisting my words. My ex is straight. Sarah isn't sure if she's straight, bi, a lesbian or what. She is truly experimenting to figure it out, and those are her words. As for why I put women seeking women in my profile. Because I am a woman, seeking other women. I am not bisexual. While biphobia is serious and lesbians can be biphobic, it is not biphobic of me to not date men. I have spoke to bisexual women on the dating app and have considered going out with a couple. I get it. Biphobia is a huge issue. I am a huge supporter of both bisexuals and asexuals, who I know also get a tough time in the community. This post isn't about either. It's about one woman who is straight and played me along, one who isn't sure how she defines yet, myself a lesbian, and my friend, who is straight. Bisexuals were never mentioned once. You are looking for something to be mad about. No. You don't want to be in a relationship with someone who isn't even sure the two of you are compatible. Tina's opinion doesn't make any sense. Not the asshole at all. She doesn't see what the big deal is. And that is the problem. She doesn't understand what it feels like. I am not sure if it is because she is straight or unempathetic. Not the asshole. She absolutely can have an opinion, and you're absolutely within your rights to have a different opinion or not to care about hers. Not the asshole. You are correct to protect yourself from potential heartache. Your ex needs to keep her opinions to herself. Not the asshole. Your first response was kind, and then she pushed it. Am I the asshole for asking my sister to refrain from intimacy while I'm home? Help. My 28 female sister, 25 female, and I have been living together in a townhouse that she owns for the past 2 years. Townhouse was bought with the financial help of our parents. When she moved in, she was in a serious long-term relationship, and I essentially third-wheeled their relationship by occupying the second bedroom and bathroom. Last year, she broke up with old boyfriend and jumped into another serious relationship pretty shortly after. Recently, new boyfriend has been over to visit unannounced, on short notice, and it has thrown off the vibe of the house for me. Notably, I'm a graduate student in my final year of studies and will be graduating and moving away this summer. I mentioned that because I've been trying to get some work done at home, attending Zoom meetings with mentors and classmates in the evenings, studying for exams, completing assignments, not every night but some weeks are busier for me than others, and when they're together at the townhouse they're very loud, playing music, laughing at shows, and having sex. I've had multiple conversations with my younger sister about this, mainly just requesting a heads up if they're planning to spend the evening together so I can go to the library if I need to do work, or see if they'd prefer to go out on a date somewhere. I also asked if they could refrain from loud intimacy while I'm home. I'm out of the house often. This was never an issue with previous BF. New boyfriend also has a home of his own that he is the sole inhabitant of, and it's about 30-minute drive away for her. The conversation always ends with her saying I'm entitled, overbearing, trying to parent her, that she doesn't need to ask permission for what or who she does in the house we share, etc., etc. My sister's friends obviously side with her, stating, Wait, but isn't it your house and your man and she's just living there? And yes, those statements are true since we live in a HCOL area and as a graduate student, I cannot afford a one-bedroom apartment by myself. If I could move out, I would. But the reason my sister owns a townhouse is because our parents assisted with a down payment and helped her navigate the real estate market. My sister has only ever lived with roommates as a freshman in college, then had her own single room. I generally just think the situation is weird because we're related and I truly don't want to hear it and the walls are thin and even if I'm downstairs in the townhouse, their actions can be heard through the vents. Even if we weren't related, I'd ask for similar consideration of a roommate. Previously, I have successfully navigated roommate conflicts and been able to come to resolutions regarding work and study schedules, cleanliness, romantic partners visiting, and family members visiting. Whether or not an unrelated roommate would have any consideration for my presence is another story, I guess. Edit. I pay half monthly costs, her mortgage, utilities, groceries. Her mortgage is less than we would pay if renting a two-halves apartment. My parents are unable to help me financially now and I have a lot of debt from grad school, so when I move out in a few months I'll be renting on my own because I don't want to incur more debt. Am I the asshole? Info. 1. Do you pay rent at market rates or do you pay nothing or get a deep discount to live there? 2. Why did your parents help your sister with a down payment but not you? Were they planning to pay for a down payment for you at a later date or have they helped you pay for other big-ticket items, such as your master's degree, instead? Info. What are you actually asking? The title suggests no sex, but in the body you say no loud sex. These are really different propositions. Info. Is this her house and you are living there free rent as a kindness or is this a communal house given to both of you by your parents? Because, if this is her house and she's letting you live there rent-free, you seem to be very entitled to have a lot of rules for the landlord. You are the asshole. You can tell her to keep it down but not to refrain from intimacy, while you're home. She can learn to have more quiet sex. In Ta.